we're back. Uh, I'm getting logged in here on my tablet so I can monitor the chat today. I'm flying solo on this one. I don't have my he's here, but I don't have my IT department with me today. He's still not logging in here. Do I have to press this?
Or just try closing out. Okay.
Oh, that no. Now we're on to whatever this is.
Just
Here, I'll let you do that. Okay. So he's not feeling good at all. Um, we've TV tab. Oh yeah. Order your line. Yes. Between the two. Um, so every semester, far back as I can remember, first 2 weeks, my son always comes down with something. So I don't know what it is. He's the college right now. He's got two classes in the same room, back to back, and it's a monstrous room that holds a lot of kids, and it's just been packed. And so, of course, he came down with something. Yesterday, he started feeling really, really bad. He was able to get me through during the members only live session we had yesterday. But he can barely talk, so he's not going to be able to call in the questions to me today. So
I will be responding in the actual chat session, the comments.
with typing.
Uh-huh.
With typing.
With
yeah.
typing.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to call in to me, do any of that kind of stuff. So it's going to change everything that we were doing today, what I had planned doing for today. So we were going to be working on, I'll show you some stuff here in a little bit. We were going to be working on the Skyscraper as the title said, but we won't be doing that today. So we'll just, we may just turn the trains on, let them run for a little bit, and I'll answer some questions, but I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot with this. So let's see here. Is it all just crochet? Oh no. Oh, Great Northern. Good morning. Gabe is at the UW, University of Wisconsin. He goes to one of their campuses that's about 40 miles. About 30 miles from here. And he commutes it, but he only goes twice a week, and he does the rest as a hybrid type of thing. So he's getting his full amount that he has to have every semester here. So, but yeah. So he just still stays at home. He just makes the commute. He goes Mondays and Wednesdays. Usually it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm he knows that, and they're really strict this year on attendance. So he's going to have to go tomorrow, even with the way he's feeling. So we'll just have to play it by ear. But today he's just not going to be able to help out a whole lot with what we're doing. So it is what it is. So it's going to be kind of like you were. This is kind of like how we were last night, Great Northern. How I was just kind of looking over and just answering questions like that. So we'll keep. I'll keep track of it as I see it going up and doing things like that. But it's definitely going to change what we were going to do today.
Thank you, Great Northern. Yeah, I'm just gonna be resting today.
Yeah, and kind of here he's really congested and stuff. He's been really a lot of drainage and everything, and he had a really terrible night last night. He said he was up about every 15 minutes. So that's so yeah. So we're down part of our team, half our team. We're down half our team today. So because what I was going to do was we were going to start building on some skyscrapers today, and I was going to do some build on this. But I won't be able to keep track of comments and stuff and do all of that. So we'll just go ahead and we'll run some trains, and I'll talk about some things. And let's see what we got here. Oh, you sent us an email? Good.
And Carl says hello.
Hi, Carl. Okay. So great. We will get with you on that. Great Northern. We'll take care of the emails. We'll get that all hooked up later today. So that we're able to contact back and forth. So that'll be perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, what we were going to talk about was the main thing we were going to talk about today. I released the information, like I said last night, in the members video that we had, the live session last night. we're getting ready to change a big area right here. I'm not going to say what it is right now. I'll talk about that probably on Friday when Gabe gets to feeling better and I can do more about it. But we're getting ready to do. I've got all the parts over here. I'll show it a little bit, and they're scattered over here too. We're getting ready to do a massive build. We've been printing steadily now for 2 days. Um, we probably will. We'll probably slow things up a little bit today. We probably won't do any printing today, and then I'll have plates tomorrow to print when he heads to school. So we'll show you here what we're doing. And I'm just a little bit of a loss because I had a whole bunch of stuff I was going to do, and I'm not doing it now. So it's all right. Go sit down.
All right.
I've got this covered.
All right.
Go sit down or
See
lay
you guys
down.
in the chat.
Yeah, go sit down, lay down, whatever you got to do. So it's not going to be you doing any good standing in a cold room. So that's not going to help. Okay. So we are, so like I said, this area, we were talking about putting the Alexandria Hotel right here. That's still going to happen, but it's going to be moved down a little bit. There's going to be a big thing going on right here. We've been getting some, we were talking about the Twin Towers we were going to build for the convention center over here. We were getting some comments that weren't the best about it. Not that anybody didn't like the idea, but we were getting some comments that like, oh, you should have some planes flying towards it and things like that. And I don't want to build it and have comments like that coming in. So we're not going to do a twin tower anymore. We're going to build a pretty monstrous complex is what we're going to do, but it's not going to be 2 towers. So our whole plan over here has changed. So what we're doing over here is kind of moving over here. We're going to make this the bigger area right here because we've got our station anyway. This makes more sense making this where all the action happens because the passenger trains will be coming to a stop right here. And it basically be where everything happens in this city. Even though we'll still have all of the towers going around both sides right here, we're just going to make this the main primary area. So let's see here. And what are we talking about? We're talking about what we're doing here in our city on this in-scale layout. So we're getting ready to run some trains here in a minute. So I'm just catching everybody up. I'm kind of by myself today. I don't have my son helping me with calling in all the comments and everything, which I like to do when we were building. I was going to build a bunch of stuff today. So we're just going to probably pretty much turn on some trains, run it, and I'll answer any questions you might have. And so I think probably Tuesday, we'll be doing a lot of building on Tuesday. We'll be making up for today. I try to get it sandwiched in there between the days. My son's back home from school. He goes Mondays and Wednesdays over to the campus, and he does the rest online. So Tuesdays he's home. So Tuesday we'll be doing a bunch of stuff here. So I'll be catching up. Monday, tomorrow, I'm probably going to go in. I'm going to start clearing all of this out back here, taking it all out, and I'm going to paint all of the pink foam, the brown that we picked out for the dirt, so that I can start laying the track down back behind the buildings, so that I can get that in, because I need to get that done anyway. It's going to take another, I think, probably the rest of this week to get everything printed here that we need for this whole area. So while I'm waiting for that to print, I'm going to get everything done that goes along the back area. Get the road bed down, get the stuff painted, get the road bed down, start putting the track down so that I don't have to move the buildings in and out to get back there as we're getting all of this area done. So let me take a look here, just do a catch up. Let's see here. Oh, yep. Gabe's just we were going to be building we were going to be building today, but I have to monitor the chats now today. My son can't talk. He picked up something from school, and his voice is really raw. His throat's really raw, and so he can't really help me out with that today. So normally he would be calling in questions while I'm building. So we're just gonna run some trains, and I'm gonna answer some questions. I'll get the camera and I'll show you the stuff that we were going to build and that we'll build on Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday and Friday will be our big build days because by Friday we'll have all the stuff that we need for this area right here will be printed by Friday. So we'll be doing, and sanded. So we'll be doing a lot of building on Friday. We'll probably do a 3-4 hour session on Friday, just so we can get all of the building done that we need to do, so that by this time next week we should have this huge center here pretty well taken care of. So we got a couple of comments here. Are we building New York? No, it's not New York. It's similar. There's a bunch of buildings that I like, that I found files for from around the world. So a lot of them are in North America here. This is actually a station from Canada. These are buildings that have been North America, that have been heavily modified. The tops will be what will be recognizable. But you'll probably recognize a lot of the buildings over time. They'll look a little different from what the real ones are, and we're just putting, because we're going to have between 25 and 30 skyscrapers around the layout. So you'll probably be able to see something that you're familiar with. So that's what, so it's just going to be any city. I haven't even named the city yet. I'll come up with something later, or maybe we'll have a contest for it. We'll have a voting thing to where you guys can vote on possible names for the city. All right, so we got here. Yes, Gabe is studying psychology. And again, yeah, what engines are we planning on using? We have 3 test engines that we have right now. I've got a couple of passengers down here, but I have no passenger cars, so there's really no point in running those. I've got some Katos, a bunch of 3 ST-70 ACEs with some trains, with all my weathered cars that I've been doing back behind. So we'll switch between the 3 tracks today, and we'll run some stuff that way. Probably two tracks at the same time. So we'll get some stuff going here pretty soon. Let me see here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get the camera, and I'm going to, for those of you that haven't been with us before, we'll do a quick tour, and I'll show you what I was going to build that we'll build on Tuesday, and then we'll start the trains running. Okay. So what we have here, this is going to be really kind of from here down to here is probably going to be pretty much the busiest part of the layout. So this is our elevated track that we'll be expanding this to 2 tracks. So this will be moving over, and we'll have a second track over here. Goes back behind. It'll be behind these buildings here. The other main line that I'm going to have up here will be back here behind this row of buildings, back like in a alleyway type of things, and they'll kind of converge together right here and come right through back behind here between the background buildings and the backs of these buildings. The elevator will be here, and so will the back track. So that's why I've got to start working on this, because I'm going to have to move a lot of this out of the way. While I'm working on it, and then I'll be able to put it back in place and not worry about it. So, excuse me. So this is the area right here that we're working on Tuesday. We'll get to that, hopefully, depending on how he's feeling. Or I may just wind up doing the builds and making videos and putting them up. I don't know what. So this was what we were going to work on today. These are all pieces for another bunch of towers. And I was going to start the build of this today. I've got them all sanded. Everything's ready to go. You can see how nice. Let me get this right here. See how nice and smooth everything is. Since this is the PLA stuff, the filament, I've got it all just really, really smoothed out. So a bunch of stuff here. We've got another 10 pieces like this sitting over on the printer right now. This is actually only the foundation area of a bunch of towers. So we're not going up little rows like this at a time. This is just the foundation. So once we get all of the pieces done, then we'll start. I'll have the foundations done, and then we'll start working on the sections, the wider sections, taller sections like this, like a panel this big. Because you can see, here's a seam, and here's a seam. So this is how big the panels will be on top of these little panels right here. So this thing is going to be pretty good sized. Well, these buildings, a set of buildings is going to be pretty good sized. So that should work out pretty good. So here are the foundations for those buildings, foundations and trim work. Got all of this. You see along the edges here, I have all this sanded and ready to go for gluing the pieces to the edges, the underside. So I've got, this is enough for just the foundation of just one. These three pieces right here are 3 pieces per foundation at the bottom. So I've got one more to get here, and then I have one more set to get. There's a total of 3. One of them is actually going to be one that we're going to put up for sale. I just figured I'm building it, so I'm just going to build them all at the same time. So I'm only need a couple of these, and the rest are going, the rest of the other one's going up for sale. I'm going to take it to the train show. Well, thank you, Crochet Lady. I'll get there. Yeah, so like I said, we're just going to do some running today. And, oh, it is. It's great to know there's birthdays tomorrow. Well, happy birthday, early birthday, because we won't be on tomorrow, so we'll wish you a happy birthday here instead of a belated one on Tuesday. That's great. So maybe, I hope you got some good plans for it or whatever. And did you wind up setting up any layout last night? Let us know how that went. As you can see, I've been testing, and this is still, I haven't even gotten to the painting part of this yet. I haven't even got these ties painted yet. I didn't want to take it back off and do it, so I'm going to do it in place. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe what I'll do is, because I can do that with the trains running on the back 2 tracks, and I can have set the tablet up right here, and be able to still answer questions while I'm doing the painting. At least I can get a little bit of work done. So that might be a good thing to do. No, got the day off. Working on trains tomorrow. There you go. It's always a good thing to do. Okay, so let's set the camera back for a little bit, and I'll just start up the trains, and I'll answer any of the questions that you have, and I'll talk a little bit more about the other stuff that we're getting ready to do, because this area is going to look so good within a week's time. I'm already really happy with everything, but this is going to be amazing because this is all going to stretch within a week. This is all going to stretch out to about over here. Within 2 weeks, we'll even have the Alexandria done, about 2.5 weeks, and it'll be all the way up to here, along with what we fill in right here. So this corner, let me back out of here real quick so you can get an idea of the scale of the size here. Let me try to work my way back. Let's see how this will, there we go. So we'll be filled with buildings. Within 2 weeks, we'll be filled in with buildings to here, all the way here. This would be a wall of buildings right here in this corner. Okay, what does he say? Did not get them set up. Kids are coming home for dinner. And oh, well, good. That'll be fun, especially with the kids involved. So this will be we'll be done to this part. So we'll have a good, roughly a fifth of the entire city buildings done by the time I get to here in about 2 weeks. So then we'll just have to keep adding in all the way down around here and the last little bit over here. So we'll get there. It's going to get there. All right, so let me set this up, and the trains are underneath the paper towels over there, and we'll get some trains running. Well, one thing about me monitoring, I won't have to ask Gabe to keep yelling questions louder, so with the trains running, because I can't hear when I get 2 trains running in here. So that'll work. So we'll get a nice shot here. Let me get this set up so you can see a little more of the trains coming through. Okay, so let's get that going. Let's see here. Turn this on. Turn this on. Take these off. I noticed on the close-up shot we had on our photo page, these things got a little dusty on the nose. I wasn't covering them all the time like I am now. So get a little bit of that off of there. Okay, so let's get this. I don't know which are which. I never can remember which is on which power pack. Oh, put that power on. I am ordering, I'm gonna be ordering some more engines this week, so we will be able to start changing things out. I did find a good deal on some stuff. So I'll probably be able to start getting some things. Plus, we got those 2 train shows coming up. And I can always find decent deals at the train shows. I'm gonna go back behind the camera. I'll let these run. I'll just answer questions back there. Give this a minute to let it get started and get going there. These are the cars that I weathered. We had the video on that the other day. So if you saw it, those are the 5 that we were working on and talking about. Okay. So again, I'm sorry about the content for today, not being able to get the build done. Do I have a favorite road names? Yes, I do. And this really isn't. This is not an expensive set. So now I'm catch up on the questions here. Total expense, not counting rolling stock that we have right now, on everything, the track, bench work, all that, foam, everything, scenery, hardware, everything. I have less than $500 in it. I'm sitting at about $475 right now, and that includes the 2 little DC power packs that we're using to test with. As far as my favorite road names, it's kind of a toss-up right now. I really like, well, Montana Rail Link, obviously. I really love their engine. I love Norfolk Southern, and a lot of, I do like BNSF. Trying to think. Wisconsin and Southern, and the Canadians, the CP and the CN. So those are probably, so as far as a favorite goes, I couldn't pick a particular one out of any one of those because it's kind of like football or any kind of sport. I usually pick a team by the color of the uniforms and if I like their logo. So it's basically the same thing with model trains and trains in general. If I like the paint scheme, that's what I like. Hi, Philip. So I may have missed a few questions. Let me back up here, make sure. Okay. Oh, I see my son put a goal up. We have the goals that we have, along with anything that we get off of super chats and the gifts, the gems, and all that, goes straight back into the layout. There are a lot of stuff has been developed here, like the last batch of stuff we did. We bought the PLA filament print that helped build this guy right here. Time before that, the amount that we got off the couple of live streams we had built the jump across section of wood that's right over here to my right. So it all heads right back into the layout. So any that comes in, and what happens is at the end, not at the end because this is never going to be ending, but on down the line after I get the fascia up on the inside, when I have the inside area here kind of all finished, and we have our fascia up right here, we'll be putting up a plaque, a sign that's going to go all the way around, wrap around, and on the front of the board out here, it's going to have all the names of the people that donated through those different areas, plus along anybody that's a member that joins our member will be on a special section of it. And anybody that comes, because we're going to open this up starting summertime, we're going to open this up, and it will be, if you're coming through the area, and we can set up a time, you'll be welcome to come by, and we'll have an area here that you can sit and look in on the layout. I'll show that here in a little bit, and we'll have a plug area here where give you one of the cab controls, and you'll be able to run some trains with us. Yes, there is a Metropolis in my house. That's going to just keep getting bigger. Yes, the Montana Rail Link is just a beautiful color. So there's something about that blue. It's a really nice color of blue. Um, I just see, like I said, that's the artist in me. See, I like that's why my way over here. We'll run it here in a little bit. You'll see my. It's a Union Pacific engine, but it's that Spirit engine, and I just love the paint job on that thing. I'm probably going to get a second unit of it and be able to. What I'll do is I'll get a little some transfer letting, and I'll put a B behind the numbers, so I'll have an A and a B unit. I'll probably do that with most of the ones because a lot of the engines that I really love are just a one-off. There were special paint jobs done by the railroads themselves, um, and I'm going to want more than one. So most of them will have I'll get a matching transfer letter to where you can get those just about any color, any type of font style that you want, and I'll put a B on all the secondary units so that I can have that. So it's moving along pretty good. Like I said, this is going to be a very, very busy 2 weeks coming up with all the printing that we're doing. Because, like I said, by the time we're done, this whole area here will be all the way down to around here, all finished with the buildings. So it's going to look really impressive. We'll probably wind up having to start putting the camera over on that side of the layout, shooting back over here so you'll be able to see everything that's on the curve and watch the trains that way. So once we get to that point, that's what we'll do is we'll shift the actual vantage point. So he said best trains brands and ones to stay away from. Um, that is usually a very depends on the individual and what they like. My personal favorite train brands, probably both in HO and N, has been Kato and Athearn. I can't speak for some of the brands because I don't have engines by them, like scale trains and things like that. But and Atlas. Atlas are heavy; they'll pull anything, and they're extremely quiet, just like the Katos are. So those are probably my top three brands, and in order, if I was to put them in order of what I like, probably Kato 1, Atlas 2, and Athearn 3. So that's just what works the best for my needs. Any older black train. I'm assuming you mean like a steam engine that are the old black ones, that all they were black. I don't have any steam engines at this point. The only roads that have black engines are Norfolk Southern, and I will be getting a number of Norfolk Southern engines. But mostly it's going to be their specialty paint jobs, the heritage units they have, and the special ones for like the first responders and all that. Like I said, it's mostly going to be that kind of a thing. So again, like today, we were supposed to be doing a lot of builds. If you just joined us, so I'm just letting the trains run for a bit. We're probably not going to go very long with this today because I'm up here on the same floor as my son, and with him having this flu or cold or whatever, I'd rather him be sleeping and relaxing and not hearing all this going on. So we'll probably go for maybe about an hour today because we were going to be working on this right here and doing some building, but we'll make up for it on the Tuesday live session then. So again, if you've liked all the videos we've done, I know today's kind of an abbreviated one. I encourage you to like and subscribe because we're going to be having probably 3 live sessions this week coming up to make up for today. So if you want to know when they are, we always put up a notice about, an hour, 2 hours ahead of time. And that way you'll be able to know when they are and be able to join us. I mean, it's not bad just watching trains run, and I'll switch out and I'll start the Spirit engine here just a little while. But this way, you can stay up on top of it all. We have seen some pretty good pickup on our regular videos. So we do encourage you to go check out our regular videos. We've got some really good reviews and builds and all kinds of stuff there. We have almost 1,200 videos now. So we've been at this a while, and we've got a nice volume of it. So if you want to check those out, those are just on the main channel. You just go right to our main channel page, and you can get to those areas easy enough. And again, like I said, my son put a target up. So if you're inclined to do that, like I said, the money goes straight back into the layout and just to bring you more content. We probably go live total in a week's time. We probably spend between 10 and 12 hours live during the week. So there's always lots of running going on. And even when I'm just doing building, we will be on here for a good 3 hours. There's a lot of, as you know, if you're building a model train layout, it takes a long time to build stuff. So we're always never for a lack of something to show, and takes a lot of time. I'm probably going to wind up cleaning the rails this week just to keep everything going well. And I'm going to get that little thing like I talked about before that cleans the engine wheels really easily. So just to keep everything operating smoothly. So fairly soon, if I start the track work this week, what we're going to do is we're going to get through all the build stuff that we have to do right here over the next week and a half, 2 weeks. All the stuff that's going to take care of this massive area. After that, I'll start building the bridge I need to complete these upper track loops. So we're going to go ahead and I'll get the track put down back behind the buildings, and then we'll connect them up with the bridge in about 2 weeks' time, maybe 3. So probably within this next month, we'll have our 6 main lines that are up here completely finished. And with the train shows coming up and what I found online, I'll have enough engines to be running all 6 main lines at the same time. So that'll be really fun to watch. So like I said, if you want to see any of that going on, I recommend the liking and subscribing and hitting the notifications on that. Somebody asked, love the skyscrapers, were they kits? No, these were 3D files that we found online. We have a 3D printer. And each building takes approximately anywhere from 5 to 7 days to print, depending on the size. Because, for example, this guy right here, he's standing about, this big one right here is standing about a little over 4 foot tall. This guy right here is standing about, well, you can figure that out, it's about 3.5 foot, and this is down about 3 foot. So this one took 6 days, 7 days to print all the files. This one took about 5 days, and this one took about 4 days. So I find the files I like, and I turn the file over to my son. He tears them apart because usually it's a single file, and we make everything modular so that we can make buildings any size we want. So it takes him a while to get everything put together, usually a couple of days to make all the files for the size off the one, and then we start printing. So, do you buy metal trucks by the bag, and what is cost? No. The only trucks, the trucks I'm going to be getting for everything are going to be MTLs, the microtrain line, but I will upgrade to metal wheels, and I don't know what the cost of just buying a bag of metal wheels is. That's something I'll deal with later down the line, because it's all going to get converted to metal, so we keep the tracks fairly clean. And thank you, Dan. Glad you like how it looks. It's been a lot of work, but it hasn't been a lot of time. We've only been at this, everything here. This room was just completely empty 5 months ago. So there wasn't a single thing, no bench work, no nothing. So we've done all this in just just about 5 months' time. So I'm estimating by the time we finish the city with its 25, 30 skyscrapers and all the scenery and everything for both levels, because we do have a secondary level right down here. I just don't showcase it right now because we haven't got the helix to get down to it yet. But once we get this done down here, we'll probably look at about maybe 8 to 12 more months to have everything completely finished for both levels. That's the time frame. Whether I'm able to accomplish that or not, we'll see. And do I have a collection of trains? Not really. I have a bunch in HO, but I'm converting down to N now because my space is very limited, and that's what fit in here. I'm only working with 63 square feet. It's a 7-foot by 9-foot area. So that really was very limiting in HO. I mean, I've got a ton of HO stuff. It came from my dad's collection. So if I wanted to have gone HO, I could be running many things, but I'm just basically starting from scratch with InScale. Just started about 5 months ago, so it's going to take me a little while. Hey, who's this? Willis. Hey, Willis. So yeah, so I think Tuesday I'm gonna have to figure out my process of how I'm gonna get everything done in the order that needs to be done so that I don't miss anything. But I think the first thing I'm gonna have to do is paint all the pink foam the dirt brown that I bought. Then later, as I establish where my streets are, I'll start painting stuff in the asphalt or concrete colors. Then at that stage, I can start doing the weathering on it and everything else. But I'm going to go ahead and paint everything the brown right now, just so I can get rid of this pink and this industrial look, so things will start to look a little more natural. Plus, I need to do all of that before I start putting track down. It'd just be easier to do that in the long run. Is cork still used to lay track on? Yes. Thank you, Dan. Nice crane. Yes, it's a cool crane. We did a full build on it. We have a video coming up in the member section that shows how I built it, because there was a lot of irregularities in the kit and a lot of problems with the instructions, but I show how to get through them on that. And cork is still used. I don't use it. Right now I'm using the Woodland Scenics foam roadbed. Went down really easily. You can paint it easy because all that roadbed you see on there, I painted all that the gray so that when you put the ballast down, if you miss some areas, it doesn't stand out. You don't see it. So the track I put down with nails, and then once, it doesn't really matter, once you put the ballast down, it's all locked together anyway. So yes, I mean, but cork is still, I think, the preferred. More people are moving towards the foam because it does help with sound. Uh, if I had cork on here, and I think it'd probably be about twice as loud as what I've got going right now. Is the InScale trains, are they smaller trains? Yes. These are 1/60th. Yeah, 1/160th, and HO's 1/87th. So these are about half the size of HO. A little bit more than half the size of HO. And I've got some HO cars down there, so I can hold one up to, I'll just hold one up to compare. So let's see here. I'll get like a gondola. So here's an HO car versus the InScale. I mean, that gives you an idea right there of the size difference. And I did all the hand painted graffiti that was done with acrylic paints. We did a live stream on that about 2 weeks ago showing how I hand paint the graffiti. So like I said, today was going to be a build day. But with my son being sick today and not being able to call in the questions, it makes it impractical for me to sit and answer questions while doing build. So, but Tuesday we'll do a lot of building on Tuesday because I'm going to have a lot of stuff prepped and ready to go, sanded, done, and ready to be started. I'm going to grab this. Let's bring it down here. So I don't have to stand the whole time. I'm back. I subscribed. So you're stuck with me now. Well, thank you. That's great, Dan. I don't think you'll be sorry. Everybody that's subscribed has really enjoyed all the content that we bring. We try to do a minimum of one short video a day, and usually paired off with a long video. And a long video is usually something we're building around the layout, or it could be a tour of one of the layouts that we go to, because we do a lot of that. So we do at least 1 to 2 of those a day, and then we do anywhere from, right now we're on a schedule with 3 live streams a week, but we're probably going to be upping that to between 4 and 5, depending upon how fast I can start to move on these 3D prints and everything, because things are going to change very rapidly around here, and this way we can bring the content to you as fast as we're putting it together. So I hope that that'll make it worthwhile. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're moving in pretty close on it. We're getting close to 4,700 right now. So we're trying to get ourselves up. And then if you go watch the other stuff, it really helps with the metrics for us. Like and comment on any of the other videos that we have. We keep up with the comments daily. We're pretty current on everything. I don't think we've really missed anybody that has commented, because you take time to comment, so we take the time to write you back. We appreciate it. So don't think you're just talking to a brick wall. We try to get to everything. Let's see here. Well, thank you, Great Northern. He's one of our biggest supporters, and we really appreciate it. Do you open your train area for people to come and see your trains? We will be. Right now, we're in such a transition period. I'm probably this summer, we are going to be opening up. People can come and hang out for a full day, or however long they want. And we will have an area out here where you can plug and play. Put in the cab control, and you'll be able to run trains with us, and we'll just work around people's schedules, because I work from home. So we'll have this because this is in our house. This is just a little second bedroom upstairs on the second floor that we have all this squeezed into. That's why I have size limitations. So yes, we will be opening it up. It looks like a Lego city. Right now it does, because we don't have anything painted. So once I start painting and doing the window treatments, then it won't look like a Lego city anymore. Well, Lego is pretty cool. If that's what you're doing right now, I see some great Lego layouts at the train shows that we go to. It's amazing how far that has come along with what you're able to do. There's been some great stuff. So I think that's great. So I'm going to be weathering up another. I found these little coal cars in a box. They're old quad hoppers. So I'm going to be weathering these up. I'll show them to you here. That's these guys right here, little Milwaukee Road quad hoppers. So I'm probably going to patch these out, make them a lease company, and weather them up heavily, weight them, and put coal loads in them. I'll do that this week so that I can add those on to some mixed freights. Still think the little plastic trees are interesting. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to doing trees. But when we do the second level down below, I'm doing a mountain down there, a huge mountain in the corner with ravines and bridges, and so we're going to have a pine tree forest. So I'm not looking forward to getting into making those. And do you make your houses out of wood? Nope, everything here is made out of PLA filament on our 3D printer. I don't think we have I don't think we even have a single kit on here from any of the main manufacturers like Walthers or any of those. This is all stuff that we've put together ourselves. So again, we got that target on there. So like I said, if you wind up helping us hit that target, your name will go on the list that we're going to put around the layouts when people do come for the run sessions when they coming through town. They'll be able to see it'll be your username, so you don't have to worry about personal information or whatever name you want to use. We'll have a big thing all along the fascia on both sides, inside and outside, with all the names. We've got quite a few already being put together right now. So if you want to help us out on that target, and again, all the money just goes straight into the layout. And like I said, we have a membership section. We just had a short live stream yesterday for the members where we disclosed a bunch of stuff on the layout that I haven't disclosed here yet that I will let you guys know about later this week. But if you want to be in early on all the new happenings, we'll probably be doing a live stream like that once a week. It's not going to take away from any of the live streams we do in our normal weekly time period. It's just we'll be adding an extra one on. So I think it's $2.99 a month, and you're going to get some good stuff out of it. Do we live in Minnesota? No, we don't live in Minnesota. We're close. We're right next door in Wisconsin, so we're not far away at all. We're right on the border of Wisconsin and Illinois, the city of Beloit, where we have 3 major interstates that converge through here. We're really conveniently located for travel through from Minneapolis, Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison, St. Louis, any points in Iowa. So everything kind of comes right through our city here, going to any of these parts around the Great Lakes. So if you're ever traveling up this way, just let us know and you'll be welcome to come by. Rock Island lines are really cool. I like the rocket. I did a drawing of the rocket. I can't remember what the classification of that streamlined that diesel was. It was a beautiful looking thing. A gorgeous paint scheme. They did a fantasy paint job of it, or I guess a heritage unit. I'd like to pick that up. So as you can see, all those issues we had with our inner track that we were battling through for the past 2 weeks have pretty much worked themselves out. We haven't had, knock on wood, we haven't had any issues that one bad curve that we had. So I'm happy about that. All right, so I think we'll start the Spirit up and get Homer running around. I don't know if you can see him yet in the picture. Let me see here. Yeah, you can see him. He's right there. He's the auto rack. It's actually, we did the weathering of that and the graffiti on that, I guess it was about a week and a half ago in a live stream. That's actually a real car. Tagger put Homer sleeping on his back all the way down the side of an auto rack. So I painted one up to match. We did it exactly the same size, same colors, everything. No, I do not have a site anymore where you can see my artwork. Unfortunately, I took that down a long time ago, probably at least 15, 20 years ago. So I try to put up, it's getting covered now because of the buildings, but I've been trying to keep one kind of popped out here so you guys can see it from time to time. I know where I can move it because I'm going to go move change the trains out anyway. I'll bring out I'll bring out some of the artwork while I do that. All right, so let me swap out trains and show you some of the artwork, and then we'll be back. All right. So let's see here. I need to swap this one out. So I'll bring him around. The reason I gotta stop one is because I only have 2 power packs right now. It's all DC. I don't have a switching system made up yet, so I've just got to be able to power one off, switch the leads, and start the other one up. We're getting there, though. I mean, I didn't have anything actually operational until about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. So it is moving along. Hard part is just finding which lead I want. Okay. All right, so he's going. So somebody was asking about my artwork. Everything I did was in colored pencil or graphite. It was done with just plain pencil and a ruler. So there is, these are 2 line drawings I did. This is by Art Garrett, and that's Yellowstone. And they're scaled to each other. When I was doing this series of these side views, I drew everything scale. And here is a PA and this is when we're actually restoring this one down in Texas. And the Church Rock in New Mexico. And then, of course, the Heritage Unit, the Denver River Grand, coming out of Moffat Tunnel. This is only 4 drawings of, I think I've done about 140 or 150 pieces, and then the eyes went bad. Had to have surgeries, and I just wasn't able to do them anymore. So we'll just leave that back there. Oh. Hey, I'm glad you're back, Gage. Oh. Good job. Sorry, I just wanted to check on my son, make sure he's getting some rest. So anyway, this is the one that has the Homer Simpson. So when it comes around the corner, you'll be able to see the Homer Simpson graffiti on that. And everything is weathered. All those cars on that train, that's how everything's going to be on my, our layout. My son and I's layout is I won't, I've got 2 cars I got to deal with. They're right here, these white ones. Those are going to be getting the weathering treatment either this week or next week. Do we have any Santa Fe trains? Not yet. I found 2 yesterday. Guy had a great price on them, but he wouldn't ship, and he was in California. It was 2 840 BWs. Looks like they were brand new. I thought that would have made a fantastic pair back to back, running some stuff. So I'm going to keep my eye out. I would like to get some silver and red Santa Fe's. That is one of my favorite paint jobs ever, was the War Bonnet. So I'm going to look for more of the pure Santa Fe versus the BNSF Santa Fe War Bonnet. So let's see, was it the train show last Friday, did you say? Our train show that we're going to be going to next is going to be in March. That's the one we're going to display at. The one our next show that we're actually going to just to go see the show is going to be the Mad City show coming up in 2 weeks. And then about 5 weeks from now, 6 weeks from now is when the show in Rockford goes on. So we've got 2 tables scheduled for there. And that'll allow us to, I'm building here sometime in the next month, I'm going to take this tower I'm not taking this tower, but we're printing another one of these towers right here, and we'll be taking it to the show with us. And I'll be putting that up for sale I haven't decided what the second one's going to be. It may be the Alexandria, because once we get done printing that one, that huge thing, that might be a really good one to do. I need to put a little more speed on this Spirit one. Like I said, this is one of my favorite paint jobs that UP has. It's got the camo on the back, and then the gray, the flag, and then the silver, the red. It's just a gorgeous engine. So I'm definitely going to be getting a second one of those. And like I said, putting the B, get a transfer lettering and put the B on behind the numbers. So I'll have a B unit. And that'll make a nice little lash up. I'm sure initially people are going to say, because they're not going to be able to see that B on there, they're going to say, there's only one of those engines. Well, yes, in real life, there's only one of those engines, but on my railroad, there's going to be several of them. There we go. And add a little more. Not crazy, but a little more. All right. Oh, that's okay. So sorry you missed the last stream. That was, let's see, that was Friday. Like we did Friday. And we mostly did some running, but I did do some work around here on Friday. The next big work stream will be Tuesday. We'll be starting the huge area here. There's a massive amount of buildings coming in here. We'll be building the first of the foundation areas for in here. Well, thank you, Crochet Lady. Yeah, so you want to see what's getting ready to happen in that corner. Tuesday's a good day, and then next Friday we'll be doing even more on the builds. Oh, cool. So you're going to have a train show at a school there in Minnesota. I've been meaning to get up to the train show that they have at the fairgrounds in Minneapolis. I hear that's a really good show, a lot of vendors, great layouts. They have it like twice a year. So we will be coming up to that one. Probably, I don't know if we'll catch it this year. If we do, it'll probably be the late in the year one, and I think it's in the fall. So we probably will be going up to that. Not to sell or anything or have a table, but just to go up and do it. You guys will be able to recognize us at the show. We'll have this logo right here. We're going to make little badges that we'll have that we can clip to our jackets that'll have that on there. I'll have one on both the back of the jacket. If it's cold enough, we have our jackets on or the shirt. And it'll be one on the front, like right above the pocket on the front. So if you see that, come up and say hi. If we don't have a table, because you'll be able to see us because we'll be around the layouts and in looking for deals. So again, like I said, I'm sorry about the content of this video. With my son being sick, I just can't keep up with questions and stuff and do the building that I wanted to do at the same time. So we'll just put all that off till Tuesday, and we'll just do a little running here. And have anybody been watching the Olympics? I was watching some this morning since we didn't head to church because of him being sick and everything. I was watching, what were we watching this morning? The speed skating, the 5,000 meter speed skating. I didn't get to see the end of that, so don't anybody ruin that for me. I'll go and watch the replay a bit later. Yesterday we watched more speed skating where the lady from Italy set the world record. She came back, but she wasn't going to do it again because she's older, but she set the Olympic record and got the gold medal and everything, and she had her 3-year-old son there with her. Thought that was really cool. Even the one biathlon was on this morning. I'll watch that and replay a little later too. Love the biathlon. That's probably going to be one of my favorite winter sports. So again, we got that target sitting there. You can probably see it. If you, and what does that do? For the super chats. If you do the super chats on there, obviously anybody, even when we don't have the target on, anybody that does do super chats or any of the gifts or memberships will be, their name will be added to the list of all the people that we put on the front fascias of the train layout. So when people come, we'll make it a point to point out all the people that have helped build the layout, because that's how we do it. Well, thank you, Shauna. Yeah, we should be coming to some. I mean, you're not that far away. I think it's from where we're at. I think it's 4.5 hours from here to get to Minneapolis. I mean, that's really nothing. When I was doing my artwork and traveling the train shows around the country. For a while, we lived in Omaha, and I traveled from Omaha all the way back to Connecticut for train shows. So, and all the way out to California. So, I'm not adverse to traveling distances, and we're going to start going out a little further so we can pick up some more, find some different deals, and to get some different module layouts for our videos. So, yeah, we should. I definitely. I mean, we've been there. I have been when I was selling artwork. We did the Great American Train Show in St. Paul every year for like 7 years. Beautiful. At least it was in the middle of winter, so weather was always dicey. But it was also one of the coolest train shows that we would go to, because the time of year that we would go, when they had it, they always had the ice sculptures going on downtown. Always thought that was really neat. So we'll definitely be coming back. Yeah, on her birthday. Yeah, that's right. It was her birthday too. Winning the gold. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, talk about like the trifecta on that day. You win gold, you set an Olympic record, and it's your birthday. I mean, you can't get much better than that as an athlete, I guess. I mean, that's like a dream come true, I would think. I saw her today. She was sitting in the stands watching the men do their 5,000 meter. Did you see what I was saying? Let's see. Yes, I did, Shauna. And I don't know if you heard my response, but we will be coming to some shows up in Minnesota. For sure, we'll be doing the one that's going to be at that they hold twice a year at that, I guess it's the fairgrounds. I've heard that's a really good show. And then we'll probably do that other one that took the place of Great American Train Show. We'll probably come and do that. Like I said, I'm probably not going to get tables and be selling or promoting there, but we will definitely have our badges on that identify us with our logo, the Northern Light logo. So just look for that. I'm going to have mine when I'm walking around on my back, probably left shoulder up kind of high so it can be seen, and on the front above the pocket. So that's all you just look for there and you'll see us. My son will have his on too, because he always comes with me. He films stuff, I film stuff, we go looking for deals, all that kind of stuff. So we generally spend almost a full day. Mad City at the Madison Train Show coming up in about 2 weeks. We'll be at that one. We're going on Sunday. So if you happen to be at the Mad City Train Show on Sunday, look for us then. And then, of course, the Rockford, Illinois Train Show, we will be there both days because we'll have the 2 tables. So again, if you've liked the content and everything, just like and subscribe if you would. We appreciate it because it really helps with the metrics for us. We're trying to get this really built up. We're trying to reach 5,000 subscribers here within the next month and a half. We're not far off from it. I think we're about 4,700, getting pretty close to 4,700 right now. So we only have about another 300 to go to hit the 5,000 mark. I'd like to hit that target before, probably like by the first week of March, first or second week of March, so about a month. We have realistic expectations. We don't expect to ever get 300 or 400 new subscribers in a day. I mean, we're a very small channel and it's a niche type of subject matter. So, but we want to keep it growing and keep it moving. We never really thought we would do something like this. We started out doing this just showing off my dad's collection after he passed away. People might be interested in that, and then people really started getting into that. So then we started doing some test runs. and stuff of some of his engines. People really loved watching the runs. So then we made the decision to start building the layout, and it's been doing fantastic. So we're just going to keep at it. All right, our super chat is down to a minute. Our target on that. So guess we won't add any today. But that's all right. We added a number of people on Friday. I think we had about almost a half a dozen people on different things on Friday. It'll get noisier in here as I start to move everything into metal wheels. Right now, the plastic wheels make it kind of quiet, but as soon as everything is metal, I'm sure noise level is going to increase quite a bit. So I'm really not too worried about. Yes, Shauna, that's the one we're talking about. That's there. I think it's in St. Paul. That train show. Yes, that's the one. I think they hold it 2 times a year. I've heard it's pretty decent sized. So the fact that it's twice a year, if it's still doing twice a year, makes it a little easier to try to plan around to come up for a trip. But definitely our next one, the Mad City show is great because all the manufacturers come too. It's just a little bit of a scaled down version of Train Fest, mostly because of the size. When we first started going to it, back about 15 years ago, when we first moved into this area, it was huge. They took up 5 enormous rooms. I think it's the Alliance Center is what it's called. They had them upstairs, downstairs, across the halls, everything enormous. And over the years, they've had to scale back. And of course, COVID stopped a lot of people from coming. And that I think kind of it was competing heavily with Train Fest at that point, as far as I think total number of people coming and the total experience. And now it's down to just I think one large room and the big entry hall, but the large room's enormous. So how much put my name on a tower building? I don't know. We're actually going to be having a contest pretty soon. When I run out of names, we're just going to have voting, and you could have write-in, and we can see. Yeah, we'll be having it come up. But there'll be all kinds, because I'm only going to have names for about probably 10 to 12 of the 30 skyscrapers. So after that, we'll do that. If you'd like your name on there, we could work something out. If you want to just have it as your name, we could figure something out. So just, if anybody ever has any questions about anything, just get in touch with us through the community. We have or actually on the main page, on the main channel, we have our email there. We've actually been getting in touch with a number of people through that, and it's the best way to do it. And then we get the emails squared away that are easier to work with versus just the ones that go through YouTube like that. You want to see your name in lights. It says, I've been to the Minnesota State Fairgrounds for the train show. Oh, that's good. Is it any good? In Great Northern, you like the idea of putting your name on a building. Okay, so we can probably work something out. So just contact us. Or if there's a name that you really want, maybe not even your personal name, but there's a name you really want on something, we can figure something out. Let's see, how many N-scale locomotives do you have? Not many. I just shifted from HO to N about 5 months back, and most of the money I've been able to funnel away for this has been going into the build. So right now we've got 5 engines and probably about 30 cars. Leasing rights like pro sports stadiums and arenas. There we go. The thing is once somebody buys a name on a building, it'll be permanent because we'll put a sign on it and I won't take it off again. So it'll be a lifetime purchase versus a yearly. And you won't even have to pay for the air rights above the building. We had a conversation about that, I guess, in the last stream that was pretty funny. Somebody asked how much I had to pay for the air rights above the building because it's gotten to that point now where you have to actually, when you do a build like this, you have to pay for the air rights above the building if you're going to build a skyscraper. So I did that when we purchased the house. We bought all the air rights to this room, so we're covered there. Oh, that was you? Yeah, yeah. That was a pretty good talk. But like I said, we got the air rights with purchasing the house. So Trump said he will pay for his name. I really like when those 2 trains pass like that right there. I think that's a great area. Once we get the build up finished, right to this, I'm going to be putting in. I've got some. Well, I did some research online to see there's a variety of styles, but I'm going to be putting flange greasers up on either right in this area here or over on the wall that's that way, not this wall, but that wall over there. Uh, yeah, no, we won't do any. We won't do anything political. No, I won't do anything political in here. So no, we won't be doing that. But anyway, those I'm going to be doing the flange greasers where I'll have the track kind of the ballast all blackened from the grease and everything, and you'll see the reservoir with all the pipes that go through to inside the track. Gotta go to City Hall. They should. Yeah, I think all taxes are up to date, and we've done everything to building codes. I think we're okay. Boy, I love that Spirit. Man, he just glides. That is a smooth running, quiet engine. The Montana Rail Link's a little noisier, but I think once I've done the service on it with the grease and oil inside, which I'll do after it's had some break-in, because it always comes with some from the factory. And once I do that, it'll probably quiet down. It's not like he's really loud. He's still very, very quiet. But I'm sure any of the noises that I have on anything else will will settle out. Will settle down once I do that. Want to net lease the tower so I can choose naming and lighting. Yeah, there goes the Spirit. It is just so quiet. The only thing that's noisy on that train is the one car that I have metal wheels. So I'm it's going to be noisy when we get everything shifted over, but it's going to make maintenance so much easier. I won't have to keep the track clean as much. I mean, I'll clean it, but I won't have to do it as often. Well, hey, Cabron. I'll watch all the. So, yeah, if we're going to watch the Super Bowl commercials, I'll watch them on YouTube because somebody will put up a compilation and have every commercial that there is, and I'll just do it that way so that I don't miss any. Oh, well, thank you. You too. Have a blessed day. Yeah, we'll have a lot of progress starting Tuesday because this area right here to the left is going to get massively. This whole area right here is going to get massively expanded. Well, thank you, Great Northern. Yep, we only have 2 members right now, but that's okay. We don't mind adding the extra content for however many we have. You're going to start another goal? Okay. My son chimed in, even though I told him not to talk too much because of his throat. He said he's going to start another super chat goal. I think I've been looking online because I want to finish up the rest of the Simpsons graffiti cars on the auto racks. I'm probably going to have to wait till the train shows. I'm not finding cheap auto racks online at all. Cheapest I have found is like $25-$30 a car. I can generally find them $5 to $10 a car at the train shows. So I'm just gonna have to wait until we get to the next train show, and then I'll get some more auto racks and I can finish up that. See, I got my own private live yesterday. It was that's true. Yes, you did. Although I think the other member um, did join us. Oh, thank you, Great Northern. You didn't have to do that. Thank you very much. I do think the other member showed up. I just don't think he talked yesterday because the view count on it. We show up on our devices, our 2 devices, but then there were 4 people watching. So that would be you and one other person. So I think he did show up yesterday. So he just didn't want to talk too much, but that's okay. He just came along and watched and heard what all we talked about. So yeah, the auto wrecks are never cheap online. Yeah, they're not. They're not. So, do we have any trains that have lights inside? Not yet. When I get the Amtrak stuff going, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get light kits for the cars, the superliners, and I'm probably going to put people in them because this summer we're getting the resin printer, and I'll be able to just knock out thousands and thousands of figures. So I'll get a bunch of seated figures, I'll paint them up, and I'll fill up the Amtrak cars, and I'll put lights inside. Yeah, the auto racks, and I like auto racks. It's just hard to find them at a good price. So I am going to keep looking. I'd like to have about maybe 15, 20 for a single train. I think that would look really good because I actually have some really good pictures of some full car graffiti like The Simpsons, but just the initials and things. And there's one guy was really interesting. It was a very gothic looking all the way down the side of the car. Even had a cemetery with the headstones and everything, and then bats flying, and it was this whole theme. I've just got to get more so I can just keep doing the custom graffiti and stuff on. So I'll find them. Takes a little bit of time, but I'll find them. I mean, I can buy them right now, but I'm not going to spend $20-$30 for a single car. Not when I've bought them in the past for 5 to 10, and I know I can find them again. It shows that price. Yeah. Bought a 4-pack of the Kato C and Auto Racks Friday. Yeah, so that comes out to being about the 20-something dollars a car. Yeah, I could buy the sets like that without any problem. I just don't want to spend that kind of money. I mean, $85 to me for 4 cars would buy an engine, and I need more engines than I need cars. So I'm having to really balance where I put the model fund right now. So I'll just have to see what comes up as far as what I can get in person. And if I don't find any of the train shows, then I'll just have to bite the bullet and start getting some. I like going to eBay because a lot of them will make an offer, and sometimes I can get into haggling and I can get the price close to what I want to do, but I just haven't seen any lately with that option on them. It's mostly just been the buy it now price, or it's an open bid at that starting kind of a price. So, but I'll find what I need. I mean, I go to enough train shows every year. We probably hit, well, we'll probably do between 10 and 12 train shows this year. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It just takes a little bit of time, Great Northern. Um, just look for the deals. Uh, Train shows are usually my best bet, or Facebook Marketplace. I bought a bunch off of Facebook Marketplace too over the years. That's where I got a lot of my track from, was Facebook Marketplace. I bought it all used, reconditioned it, as you guys have seen in the other streams, and uh, well, sanded the track first to get it clean, then painted the ties, did any repair work that needed to be done, or cut them down where I had issues. And all this track you see right here is all used track. It's working perfectly fine. I had it just cleaned perfectly. So I only spent like 50 cents to 70 cents a section. Always do things on the cheap if you can. Because then you got to spend a little more and you can put it on the big stuff like the engines and specialty things. No point in wasting it all on every little aspect of it, like track and roadbed and bench work and all that, because all this bench work was cheap. I bought all these shelves as liquidation. Well, they were damaged pieces at local Menards, and they have a rack where they just put the shelves that come in the that they put together for like the bookcases and things they have. And if the stuff's been damaged, they just throw the shelves out there. And I pick up my shelving for about $1.50, $2 a piece. Marketplace and Craigslist are still good places. Yep, yep, they are. So as far as like, it's like all the shelves that we have right here that you can see that right here. This is all that particle board stuff that are in those bookcase kits. Uh, I found a great deal. I guess it was this past summer. They had a whole bunch come in, and they have like a little tiny chunk, but who cares? That's it's going to be hid by scenery anyway. So I bought, I think, like 20 pieces at less than $1 a piece, and that's pretty much what I have through this whole area right here. Upper and lower is all those pieces. So $20 for all my platform. Good morning, Jason. Glad you joined us. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the last Menards was pretty good. I thought they were going to be putting everything away for the season, but they were adding stuff. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sauer. That's all 3D printed buildings back there. We're going to have a total of between 25 and 30 of these skyscrapers by the time we're done with this. Within the next week and a half, we'll have about double what you see right here in place. We'll probably be moving the camera over to the other side so we can be shooting back and catching all of it then at that stage. Because we're going to start working in this corner and spreading out from there on either side. So how many people are having a Super Bowl party tonight or going to one? I haven't really heard about any of the people that we know. Nobody's really doing anything for it. Let's see here. Yeah, likely because their team isn't there. Probably. Football. I'm not that excited about the big game this year. Yeah, I am more. Um, I'm more college football myself. I have been pretty much. Well, no, I can't say that. When I was in high school and college, early days, 40 years ago, I liked pro sports a lot, but um, then the salaries and everything became ridiculous. And then I married a teacher who, as people know, don't get paid much at all, and uh, I just can't justify watching somebody making that kind of money when people that educate our kids don't make hardly anything. So I kind of got soured on the whole pro thing, but I love college. Well, I did, and now I can't believe they've been talking about paying college students to play. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I try to follow college a lot more. I well, Big Ten, especially I love USC and UCLA. So when they joined the Big Ten, I was even happier. So it just kind of worked out that way. Yeah. Thank you, Great Northern. Yeah, that's. I mean, it seems such a disparaging type of a thing as far as like with police and firefighters and all that kind of stuff. The salary they get for saving us versus uh, the entertainment industry. You can go get free entertainment on YouTube, all that you want. Well, thank you. Yeah, yeah, they did a good job, Indiana. I wasn't expecting that. I actually thought they would have been eliminated, but they went at it all the way through. Yeah, what is the Great Northern? What is the trophy? Is it the Paul Bunyan axe? Is that what happens when Wisconsin plays Minnesota? Is that is it the Paul Bunyan trophy? I can't remember. And it kind of seesaws back and forth every year uh, between the two colleges. Wisconsin did terribly this year. So this is why I'm really going to push hard right now to get the other three main lines finished. I want to have some variety. I want you guys to be able to see the elevated track going behind the buildings here, um, and the lower track, and then the bridge that we're going to have over here. So we'll have different areas, and also having 6 trains running at the same time. So within the next month, 4 to 6 weeks, I should have those other two. I should have at least 2 more main lines online up top. The hardest part is going to be building the bridge that I'm going to use to connect the 2 sides here. But once we do that, you guys are going to see a ton of trains rolling. Yeah, it's an axe. That's what I thought. Oh, exactly. Being a Gopher fan. I wouldn't expect any less. I mean, although I have to say that since UCLA and USC joined the Big Ten, uh, when they come to play Wisconsin, I kind of go the other way and have to go with the West Coast teams. I was almost going to go to UCLA back when I got out of high school. I wanted to go to their film college. Uh, that was that was sponsored by Lucasfilms. If you went through their film college, you're pretty much guaranteed a job. I was going to do it off my art and everything that I was doing back then. I could have done it, but then I got to see, I mean, because it would have been out of state tuition. All right, now, mind you, this is the 80s. Going through the film school back in the 80s back then at UCLA was $25,000 a year. So there was just no way that was ever going to happen. But I always loved the USC and UCLA teams. I think I started liking USC after the Fleetwood Mac song Tusk and seeing the marching band. I thought they were just really cool. So yeah, it'll take a little while until it feels like they're part of the Big Ten. That's kind of how it was with those other ones that joined us a little while ago with Rutgers and all that whole group that came in, Nebraska and all that. But now it just it seems like they've been with us forever. So I love so speaking of I love Maryland, uh, the college, the football team, for one reason. And after talking what I talked about before, can you guess what that reason is? You ever seen those helmets they have that have the flowing flag down the side of the Maryland flag? That is spectacular. So I love watching them when they play, and I'll root for them when they're wearing those helmets. So oh really? I didn't know that. Oh, Scalar on YouTube. It was the parade marshal for man. Their marching band. Holy cow! Uh, I've seen some of their. They did a great Rush halftime. That was really really good. The Rush group. You could hear the songs beautifully, and the way they moved around and made the different members of the band and everything. That was just spectacular. Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out. His channel. I'm gonna check with Gabe on something real quick. I'm back. I just want to make sure he wasn't working on the files for the new towers. He it was fortunate he got all of his homework done for the entire week by Thursday, I think it was. So he hasn't had to do anything over the weekend, which was good for yesterday. He was able to get some rest, and he'll be able to get some rest today. So he doesn't have to do anything for tomorrow at all. So that helps for him to be able to try to get over this as quick as possible. Loading him up on the vitamin C and all that. We're going to pick him up some sherbet when we're out today for his throat. Yeah, we got off the train topics a little bit, but that's all right. Sometimes there's a lot of interesting things in life that are fun to talk about too. We got the trains rolling, which is the important part. we put a really cool VHS sealed anime movie, extremely rare, up for sale this last week. We've already got quite a few watchers on it. If it sells, we'll be able to fund another 3D printer with just that. I won't have to take anything out of the sales from the train show. So I'm hoping that works out pretty good. It was the factory sealed widescreen English dubbed version, which you can't find very often. In fact, I've only seen the past year like 3 come up for sale. And those all sold for about 3 times what we're asking for ours. Because that's all that's limiting us now. Right now is the print time on how fast we get all of this stuff done. So by increasing the print farm, we'll be able to get a lot more finished. So Great Northern, since you did a super chat, right? Since you did the super chat today, and you've also a member, you'll be in 2 of the categories that we'll have on the layout here. So you'll actually be up on there twice. And again, thank you for doing that. Oh, there it is. I was sitting here looking for my CSX. I was looking all around. I was watching the Spirit pass by with the container cars, and I was looking for my CSX container car. I thought, where did it go? I kept looking for the double containers. That was because I took that second container off yesterday or Friday because it was vibrating too much. I didn't have it. It was going to come off anyway. I didn't have it glued to the other one yet. And the CSX container is sitting over there behind that other Montana rail link. So I need to get that one. I need to get that one just glued into place and get that car completely dull coated and finished. That's the other thing. If I've got time this week, I definitely want to go into those 5 cars that I finished weathering last week. I want to go into putting the graffiti on those, along with some graffiti on some of the container cars. So that would just be standard graffiti, none of the big specialized stuff. Like I showed you, I think it was Friday, I showed you all those pictures that I have of the graffiti. So I'm going to be picking a few of those and start, get the magnifier out and start slapping the graffiti on some of these guys. I did the graffiti. I may not, probably not in the next couple of cars, but maybe when I get down, 2-3 weeks down the line, and I've got this corner settled with all the build stuff that we're doing there. What I may wind up doing is doing a live stream showing painting in scale graffiti. So that will, that's going to be interesting. I've only done other than Homer, but he was so big it felt like doing an HO graffiti. Actually doing small graffiti, I've only done one other car, but that's been like a year. So it's going to be interesting getting into it and really getting, and it wasn't really like super detailed graffiti. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to have to make a trip down to Hobby Lobby and get some of those really, really fine brushes, the ones that only have maybe like a dozen bristles on them, the really fine ones that you can do like making extremely fine lines with, so that I can do the outlining. I don't have any issue. I've got the paint brushes that I need and everything to do the basic colors. But once I get to the outlining, like they do with the black or the white or whatever, I don't have the brushes that are going to be able to handle that. So I'll probably have to make a trip down there this next week before I start working on those and pick up some of those brushes so that I can really get the fine details on some of that stuff. Because you look at those container cars going around here, I've done graffiti on container cars, and they're small to begin with those low sides. And in HO, they were small to begin with. I was having issues with that. Now I'm working with something that's half the size, half the height of HO. So I'm definitely going to have to get some really, really fine brushes because I'll want it to look perfect. Like it's real graffiti on there, and I'll put the weathering back over the top so it all blends in nicely. So that's, I'll have to go down and get some, those brushes are not cheap. Good grief. You get some of those fine brushes. You can get upwards of $20 to $30 for a single paintbrush. But they last, well, fairly well if you take care of them. So I'll get a year's worth of use out of each brush that I do. So that'll be probably 100 graffiti. So it'll be worth it in the long run. It'll be a good expense to have just to be able to really get the good look. So you guys will see those coming soon. That'll just be so I'm trying to get everything done before I hit the Rockford show, because the Rockford show is really good for the cars like this. Good deals on cars like this. I should be able to build the fleet up of the cars pretty fast. So I want to have everything I've got now done before we get to that. So that when we come out of the Rockford show, I'm ready to go with the next batch of stuff. And that'll kind of time out right, because that'll be by the time I start doing the testing for these other 3 main lines that we're getting ready to do, and then I'll have all the cars for them. So that should work out. Everything should time out pretty good. Well, thank you. Yes, with the eye problems, it can be a challenge, but it's what the magnifiers are for, and it's what the little cheater eyeglasses are for. So, and the one thing that's different about the N scale versus the HO is you have a lot more room for error. HO, there's not a whole lot of room. You got to make sure everything is absolutely perfect, and this is a lot smaller of an area. So once I get the right color and it's in the liquid form that I need it, the consistency, it'll go pretty quick. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, but I'll see how my opinion of that is after I've done like the first 2 or 3, and we'll see how the eye strain headaches have been with that. But it's part of the railroading, so it's going to get done. But not much longer here. We're going to cut this off at about the 2-hour mark. It's about the time the super chat target thing will be over with. So if you've been thinking about it, would like your name on the layout. These American Flyer cars. No, this is in scale, and these are Atlas cars, MTL cars, Walters cars. It's just a variety of those. Since I'm not there, it looks like this could be a larger scale, but this is in scale. I'm just sitting behind the camera today so I can keep track of the comments, since my IT half is down with a cold and he can't call the questions in to me. That was going to be a big work day today. We were going to be building the foundations for the next set of Skyscraper towers. Now we'll be doing that on Tuesday. We were going to do some more work on the foundation there underneath the station in the corner. So we're going to have a very busy build day on Tuesday on live stream. Probably not a whole lot of running since we've done most of that today. It'll just be building, building, building. So I think we'll have a live stream on Tuesday. We'll probably have our members live stream for runs maybe Thursday night. And then we'll have our live stream for our general channel on Friday, more build, more runs, and then back here again next Sunday. So it looks like we'll probably have four live streams this week. Let's see, what Rockford area are we talking about? Rockford, Illinois. That's they have the train show will be, it's actually a little suburb of Rockford. It's Harlem, and it's going to be at the Harlem High School. Okay, that's glad you were here, Crochet Lady. Yeah, and Gabe will be fine. We're going to load him up on vitamins and vitamin C and get him his rest, and it'll depend on tomorrow having to go back to school since they're really strict this semester on absences. That's what I thought it was. I think the show in Rockford is around the 17th, somewhere between the 17th and 20th, I think, of March, somewhere right around then. So about maybe 5-6 weeks out at this stage. And we'll have a couple of tables there. Oh, well, thank you, Great Northern, and thanks for all the help with the hyping and everything and promoting us. That's just been appreciative. I'm glad you like everything we're doing, and you'll definitely have to send some pictures through to the community when you start setting your stuff up. We'd love to see it. So thanks for joining us today. Yeah, we'll see you Tuesday. So again, if you like what you've seen, be sure to go and like and subscribe and hit that notification for all the live streams we've got coming. Like I said, we're going to have 4 this week. And plus, not to mention, I'm going to be making some videos this week of some of the build stuff I do outside of the live stream. So those videos will be coming up, along with our usual run videos that we get from layout tours, friends layouts, train shows, all that kind of stuff. So now we have over 1,100 videos right now on the main channel page, and we should be at about 1,200 here shortly. Probably by the time we get done with the Rockford show, we'll probably be pushing pretty close to about 1,400 videos on there. So there's something for everybody. Every gauge there, we've got everything from T all the way up through garden size or bigger, and we've got great product reviews, stuff that I use around here. We're not sponsored by anybody. It's just stuff that I use a lot of, like the adhesives we use, the paints, all that kind of stuff. We got great product review stuff there, along with how-tos. So if you're interested, be sure to like and subscribe, and you'll be able to catch all that. You'll be able to see when the new stuff comes up. We definitely have the content for you. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, once we get the 6 main lines all finished up here, trains going everywhere. This is all within the next 4 to 6 weeks. Uh, there'll be just tons of stuff to see. Plus, by that point, we'll have probably at least around 7 of the skyscrapers finished, 7 to 8. So we'll be about a third of the way done, getting close to a third of the way done with the skyscrapers. And that'll all be probably before we do the Rockford show. So I think I'm gonna move my stool back underneath here. Excuse me. And we'll play one of these guys down a little bit. Bring him on in. I'll get the camera here and let you guys see a little close up, since if you haven't been with us before, the weathering that I've been doing on this stuff. So let's get that. We're going to do just a little bit of a wrap up here. Okay. So here is, you can kind of see the weathering that I've been doing on these. So we'll be doing a lot more of this. I've got those 4 coal cars, those quad hoppers over there. I want to get patched, make a lease company out of them, and weather them up. Here's the there's all the weathering on top for those auto racks, and then there's Homer, and then here's these guys right here. Let's see if I can get a good shot with some of the light. They're all different. I have everything. Yeah, don't forget to turn off the transformers. Don't have to worry about that now. I did put them into my the light bar that has the circuit breaker on them, so we're good now. I know they'll be off at night for sure. And then there's the tops of those containers. So all the cars I have, so these 2 will be coming up pretty soon, along with, where are they? Here, these 4 right here. These are the 4 I'm going to patch, weight, weather, and put the coal loads in. So we'll be doing these here pretty soon. I've got this little guy too, this Illinois terminal. Get rid of that load that's in there, and I'll probably put like a scrap metal load in there. And same thing, weather it all up, graffiti it, all that good stuff. I've got to take the coal loads out of these and put weights in. I did those before I was adding weights, so I'm gonna make sure I get the weights in and then put the coal loads back in. I've got 3 of these that I need to work on. There's that CSX that I need to put and glue back on top of the other one. You see the weathering on that. Let's see here. So that'll be, and that's this car here that I was talking about just a little bit ago. So I'll get that glued on there, and then get this whole thing, take the containers out, get that glued on, get them dull coat the car. Then that thing will be ready for graffiti, then a final dull coat. So all these are going to get another dull coat after I get the graffiti on. So that'll be what seals it up and finishes them all up. So there we go. So we're getting pretty close here. Let me get this set back here. And then we'll just kind of do a little bit of a wrap up for the day. Like I said, this was not how I expected today to go, but we'll just make up for it on Tuesday. We'll go a little longer on Tuesday, and we'll do a little more building on Tuesday. So it'll give me a little more time to get the rest of. I have another about 16 pieces like this that I've got to get all sanded and ready to go. So varying sizes like this and things, and so I'll get that way. I'll have everything then completely ready to start building the foundation for these other towers. Um, so we'll do that. I'll get all that prepped tomorrow. It gets noisy here, so I try to I did some sanding yesterday. I had to close the door; it gets so loud. So I'll get all the sanding done tomorrow, and then we will really hit that on Tuesday. And then we'll start to really get this area finished right here. I'd really love to get the platform put on so we can start getting the lights and everything looking good. Let's see what we got here. Need a conductor cap and whistle. Yeah, I saw the guy that's doing that. He's even got the overalls and everything, and he was building a layout, one that he wanted to build when he was a kid. So, yeah, I mean, teach their own. I'm good. I'm good. So, but I am going to be getting some sounds from here. Like I said, I've talked about. I don't really want to put sound in the engines, even when I go to DCC with it all. But what I'm probably going to do is I've got a set of really nice Bose speakers. They're the bookshelf type. I'm going to set them underneath the layout. I'm going to get sound effects for City. They make CDs and stuff that have like car noises and train whistles and people talking and the whole work. So once we start to really build this up and I get my 30,000 figures all across here, we'll have all the din and noise of people talking and everything. And the horns, it has the sound of like modern diesel horns and gate crossings and all that stuff. So I'll probably just do that as far as my sound goes. And that'll be when we do our streaming that we do where we just run trains. I won't have to say anything. We'll just put it up there, turn on the stuff, get all 6 main lines going, and you guys can just have a good time, especially when we start doing the Easter egg thing, because we're going to have Easter eggs all over the layout, to where if you're in on the thing, we'll put up in the description, we'll put up "find this," because there's going to be all kinds of things that we're doing. We're going to be putting like base jumpers off of some of the towers with their parachutes opening, and we'll have window washers, maybe like with part of it broken and the guy dangling there, and maybe Spider-Man swinging in to save him or something. At the bus stop, we'll have the South Park kids. We'll do things with cars. We're going to have all kinds of things. There'll be where whatever we put in the description, you'll be able to actually see with the camera, so you can go looking around for it. So that'll be really nice when we've got the sounds going and everything. So there's all kinds of things we have coming. So I hope that you guys stay with us. And I did see that we got quite a few subscribers today. Thank you for subscribing. And I don't think you'll be disappointed. There's lots and lots of content. We're down a little bit today because of health. So we'll bounce back hopefully by Tuesday, if not by next Friday for sure. But I will still be here Tuesday. Because I'll build no matter what. I just don't know how much I'll get done. So anyway, so hope you guys have a good Sunday. There's lots to see on TV today. We got the Super Bowl tonight. We got all kinds of Olympics going on. There's tons of stuff. So weather here is pretty nice. So we've got to go run some errands. So we're going to go take care of that. Let him sleep the rest of the day. So I think that we'll just call it there for the day. So thank you again for coming along with us on this, and it's going to change fast now. It's really going to change really, really fast. I mean, it's been changing fast a lot, so if you like it, you're not going to want to miss it, because track's going to be going down, huge area here being built up, so all in the next week or two. So so be sure to check in, and again, like I said, it was just a little bit of a shorter. We usually go for like another hour or two, but just it is what it is today. So, but thanks for being here and coming along with this. I'm going to get back here and get this turned off. So take care, everyone, and have a great rest of the weekend.